Well, good afternoon. Joe Rose is sitting next to me. That means it must be Friday afternoon on the Audible presented by Aquafina. If you're watching us on Periscope. You can send your questions in. Just hashtag the Audible. We'll go ahead and answer your questions as we go through. You can also check us out on a rebroadcast of this program beginning tomorrow, on the Miami Dolphins Facebook page. You can always catch us on MiamiDolphins.com. Joe, here we are. Got one game left in the regular season, but still more football to be played down here. But this game's going to be interesting, Joe. The Dolphins, the New England Patriots. New England knows full well what happened last year when they came down here, lost in the last regular season game to the Dolphins, only to lose a home field advantage throughout.
Which cost them maybe a chance to go to the Super Bowl.
Had to go to Denver.
Right.
Lost to Denver there. And I guarantee you, they're thinking, hey, if we'd have won that one game, we'd have had them at home and probably gone to another Super Bowl and maybe picked up another win. And so you don't think that that's in the back of Bill Belichick's mind and a lot of those guys that were there last year. If you think that New England's going to come here and not play as if this game's important, then I think you're really missing the boat on that one.
Yeah, and the other side of that is Adam Gase, beginning of the week, said we're out to win. Anybody can play is going to play in this game. I'm not worried about whether we're playing Pittsburgh or Houston the following week. We're going for it. We want to play well against the New England Patriots. I think we're in for a great game on Sunday.
I think so because, look, I think the Dolphins are going to go out and play this game with the same effort they have over the last 10 games or so, try to go out and win this game, try to keep, as Adam Gase says, let's just keep it close to the fourth quarter, then we can go ahead and win the football game. So we'll see if they can get the job done. But, Joe, what a remarkable situation to be where we're at right now. Still got that chance where you can move up in the fifth seed. If Kansas City loses to San Diego and the Dolphins beat New England, then you'd move into that seed. You'd go to Houston rather than go to Pittsburgh. But for all intents and purposes right now, it's probably, 90% Pittsburgh,
right?
10% maybe going to Kansas or going to play in Houston. But I could care less where the Dolphins go and play.
Right.
First of all, I think wherever they go and play, they're going to have a chance to win.
I agree. Both
and
those teams.
Either one of those teams, and the fact that, hey, we're here in the post. Boy, but try to have Adam Gase say anything about the playoffs right now. Man, that's like pulling teeth out of a bull or something.
He is all zoned in, and it's funny. I had Andre Branch on today. Same deal.
Yep.
Hey, he's not looking ahead to next week. That's next week. We're one game at a time. We're zoned in on the New England Patriots. It's about beating them. I love his approach, and I got to tell you, I know you have too. How many Adam Gase questions have you been asked? What's he like? What's he doing? How do you get all these guys to buy in? How are they finding ways to win all these games late? You're getting it all for everybody wants to know. I told Adam Gase, you're the hot toy right now in town.
Well, he is. Look, I don't think this guy ever goes anywhere. I don't think he's, out and about or any of that kind of stuff. I mean, he's so focused on this football team, but I think if he ever got out and about and people knew who he was, because I don't even know the people, he might be able to walk into a building right now. He may be able to walk into, Joe Stonecraft's tonight, walk through the middle of the hall and no one even knows who he is.
No one have him. That's right. No, you're probably right. And you can catch him probably most of his day, either on the practice field or up in his office, right, working on a game plan.
But, Joe, you and I have had the opportunity to talk to him a lot during the course of this year. He wouldn't want it any other way. My man's a football guy. He's focused on that. He's got that laser vision on what he wants to do, and he loves it, man. He loves doing what he does as much as anybody I've seen.
The best gift, and I know you get asked all the time, what is it about Adam Gase? I think is his communication.
Yep.
The guys relate to him. The young players want to play for him. Boy, I was thinking in the big picture about this just driving over today for recruiting free agents. There's a good chance he's going to be coach of the year. There's a good chance. A lot of guys, I think, are going to vote for him. If he doesn't, he's going to be right there at the top. Word's going to spread around this league. Yep. If money's close, I want to go play for Adam Gase, man. I'm hearing it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I mean, I guarantee you, these guys, the guys on this football team will probably be his best recruiters for free agents out there that want to come. It's just, you've been around here as much as I have, Joe, over these years, and man, it's been a morose atmosphere around here. All of a sudden, man, there's a pep in people's steps. They believe in themselves. They believe what they're going to do. And boy, you know what? You kind of forgot how it was, but it's pretty fun to be around a situation like that.
Bo, he talked about when he got here, he needs to change his culture and all the junk that was going on around here, this Peyton Place, this third grade attitude that was around here in front office and coaches. It was embarrassing. I wish we could share half the stories with you, but This guy changed around a lot faster than I thought he could. I didn't think he could clean everything up. What happened to all the leaks?
Yeah, no, they've kind of dried up. I mean, if there's anything coming out, it's probably coming from him.
Right, right to your face.
Yeah, exactly. He's not hiding behind anything. But look, it's refreshing. It's great. But you've got the New England Patriots, and you look at the New England Patriots, Joe, they come into this with 12 takeaways in their last 5 football games. They're a plus 10 in the takeaway giveaway. The Dolphins are plus 4 in that situation. The Dolphins have done pretty well in that department through the course of the season. But New England's going to come in. They're going to try to be aggressive. Every ball that Matt Moore throws up is going to be contested. They're going to go after it, try to force turnovers, and you get some things going. And look, Tom Brady, 25 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He's only played, I believe he's only played 11 games.
It is 11 games, 25 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions.
Yep.
You know, one thing about New England, they don't turn the ball over.
No.
They take care of the football.
Yep.
The guy's running the ball, the guy's catching it. They take care of it, and Tom Brady takes care of it.
And you remember the last time that the Dolphins played up there, they got a big dose of a big guy in LeGarrette Blount who just pounded them and pounded them and pounded them and really didn't get stopped throughout the whole game. And here's a guy that comes in with 1,110 yards, too, and 17 touchdowns, by the way.
Very impressive.
Yeah.
He's had a heck of a year. The 3 backs that they come down here with, the big, strong guy in Blunt, and then they've got some other guys. They've got shifty little guys in Lewis and White who can catch and all do different things, complement each other very well. We're going to see a dose of everything while they're here.
And, you run the football, and then you got Julian Edelman out there who's, you might as well – he's Wes Welker. He's Danny Woodhead. He's Julian Edelman. They're all the same guy, right?
Right. Open up. You play zone. I'll hook up in the middle. Tom sees what I see.
Run that little crossing route. He's going to throw it just in front of you, so where you can just keep running full speed, catch the ball, and
5 yards turns into 10.
Yep, no doubt about it. So it's going to be – I think it's going to be a great football game. I really do. It's important for both football teams. And, Dolphins would like nothing more than to flex their muscle in the AFC East and knock New England off.
Well, that's why this game's so important. Yeah. It's important for the Dolphins to find out exactly where they are by playing against what a lot of people think is the best team in the National Football League.
This game, to me, Joe, is as much about next year as it is this year. Right?
They're getting that playoff game no matter what, no so doubt. Go for it this week.
Yep. All right, let's go ahead and you're watching the Audible here. If you're watching us on Periscope, you can send your questions in via Twitter. Just hashtag the Audible. You can watch us on a rebroadcast beginning tomorrow on the Miami Dolphins Facebook page. And, as always, you can see us on MiamiDolphins.com. All right, at Nathan's and Megan's mom. They got some pretty long names here on these Twitter accounts, Joe. I saw Jay on the injury report. Will he play? I don't think Jay, he is on the injury report. Well, he had that shoulder. But he participated.
But he came back in the game after.
He came in after the game. He participated full in practice today. So I don't. There's no way that Jay is not going to play in this game. Let me run through these real quickly for you. So Jay Ajayi, shoulder injury, he injured it late in the game up in Buffalo last week. Participated fully in practice today, is listed as questionable. Jelani Jenkins, no practice today, along with Byron Maxwell. Both of them are doubtful for the game. Spencer Paysinger was full. He's good to go. He's questionable, but he'll go. Ryan Tannehill didn't practice. He's out. And Mario Williams was full, but he's questionable. As far as we don't have the Friday participation for the New England Patriots, but that's where the Dolphins are. But look, this for both teams, Joe, is all hands on deck. If you can walk, if you can go out there and play, strap it up and go and get the job done.
And next man up for all the backups. Like Michael Thomas, you're going to play a lot of football. We're going to need – may have to play more than anybody because we're still going to need you a little bit on special teams. Going to need you a lot on the defense. But I think Byron Maxwell is officially out of the game. I don't think he's going to play. No. Xavier Howard, go get him, man. You played great.
Yep.
We see the potential. By the way, the draft class. How's 1, 2, and 3 playing in the draft?
Not bad. Well, and you had last year's. They had a 15 draft to it. And, why is this team turning the corner? The 15 draft and the draft of this year are 2 good reasons why they're turning that corner.
That's right.
Hey, let's move on here at Flynnburn 1. Will the show continue in the post-season? Let me see where am I at here. I'm making mistakes on here.
I do it all the time.
Yeah. Will the show continue into the postseason? Well, Jeff Griffin's giving me the thumbs up right now. I heard a rumor, Jeff. That it could be a 5-day week for us. That's off the table. Look at Leon. Leon's going, no. They're going to have to pay me more money if
Well,
it's
he
going to
wants
be
to work on his social life a little bit.
Well, he should work on his
He's been
social life a
struggling
little bit.
a little bit.
Been
struggling with you-know-who's.
I understand.
The ladies a little bit.
Well, look, he's a married guy. But rumor has it, been a little chilly in that room for a while. But that's,
He got to work on that a little bit.
But look at him. I mean, he's no treat, I mean, what the hell?
I didn't even know he's married. I'm talking about ladies. I just did his marriage in right there.
At Hollywood 80. Joe, I got to have you a little of this Aquafina.
Boy, I
man.
know. Go ahead. Take on that Aquafina while you're at it.
It's nice to have the Audible presented by Aquafina because
Everybody grab a little Aquafina.
Yeah, there we go. That's better.
Thank you, Bo.
At Hollywood 80, I've heard Kenny Stills won't talk about his future. Is this true? I don't know because I haven't talked to Kenny about his future. But, Joe.
Kenny's happy here.
Kenny's happy here. I think, the staff is extremely happy with what Kenny Stills has done for them this year on this football team. And I think his future is here. The Dolphins got to step up and give him a deal because it's his contract's up. He's going to be a free agent.
He's going to get paid.
Got to get paid.
Well, and they've got two guys. They got two receivers, very important. Adam Gase talks about the chemistry of those three wide receivers and how important they are to this offense. And they're all young guys. They're all 24 and younger. Jarvis Landry needs to get paid. He's going to make a lot of money. But I also think there's going to be money for one of the best deep threats.
Yep.
Kenny Stills got to be taken care of. I think they want to keep him. He's been one of the most pleasant surprises. Yep. He bought in the offseason. Adam Gase said, Kenny, I love you. I don't want you going anywhere. You're not getting cut. I want you to be a big part of this right here. I've watched and I've been a big fan of yours before you got to the Dolphins. Stay around and work out. Kenny stayed around, dedicated himself, and it's paying off right now with one of the top guys in yards per catch in the National Football League.
And I think when you talk about this franchise who's making major shifts in what they do business-wise, instead of going out and getting that high-priced free agent, instead of spending the money on that guy,
care of your own.
Take care of your own. Right. Give them what they deserve.
I agree.
Keep them in the fold, and then move forward that way. And that to me is how this franchise is going to become the Dallas Cowboys, the New England Patriots, the Seattle Seahawks. I'm talking about teams that continuously are playoff caliber teams, and that every now and then you pop into a championship game, you pop into a Super Bowl. To do that, you got to keep your guys, Joe. Right. I'm a firm. I've watched too much of this free agent stuff since it began in the National Football League. The teams that know free agency well keep their own guys.
I agree. They made a trade. I'm for keeping both those guys made in the Eagles trade, and keep all your own young guys that have had good seasons.
Yep. At Fins Up, he's kind of remarking on the comment you made earlier. Wow, having a chance at better free agents. That would be nice. Well, look, players talk. Guys on almost every team. Somebody on virtually every team that you play, and they talk. Hey, what's oh man, geez, what's going on down there? And like you said, the job Adam Gase is doing. Oh, you're living in South Florida, no state income tax. There's
Vance Joseph.
There's Vance Joseph. A lot of reasons why. Love him. A lot of reasons. Look, Miami's always been a preferred place. But now you've got a preferred place to live in, and financially it's better for you, and a coach that knows how to teach you how to win.
Right. Guys believe in what he's saying. They like playing for him. He relates to these young guys on this team, knows how to handle guys, and I think all that's going to help free agents. I really do, Bo. There's going to be guys get there's a lot of money. There's 32 teams out there. They all got a lot of money. A lot of it's going to come down to when the money's close, who do you want to play for and have a chance to win?
But, Joe, there's a number of guys on this team that aren't going to be on this football team moving forward.
That too.
And there's a lot of salary cap money in some of those guys. So, they may be in a pretty good position to go ahead and keep the guys they want. And then, to me, the free agent market for the Dolphins should be depth. That should be their That should be their
Build
key.
up the back end of the roster as well.
Yeah. At Fentress, Tony, I want Tannehill to rest. Matt can hold it down for another week. Joe, get your thoughts on Ryan Tannehill, where he's at. The word came out this week that he was on the practice field while talking to guys, throwing a little bit. But if you listen to Adam Gase, I don't think he's as close as some people may think he is. Well, Joe, my thing with Ryan Tannehill is I don't want them to put him in a position where at some point he's going to need to have surgery on that knee after this year, because if he has an ACL surgery because of going back in and getting re-injured, he's gone for next year.
Right.
I mean, he'll be back, but he won't be the same guy for probably halfway through the season. You know, he's got to get used to it. I just don't think the risk, Joe, right now is worth the reward of putting him back in.
Not when you got Matt Moore.
Yeah.
And you're right. The national media has made a big deal about Ryan Tannehill being backed out on the football field. Listen, Ryan Tannehill needs his athletic ability, all the things he does outside the pocket. I'm not a doctor, and I'm not trying to play one here on this show today. I'd be shocked if he plays football this year.
I would too, and I just don't look. I know this. Sprained knee is a minimum 4-week recovery. All right. If it's worse than that, it's 6 weeks. And he's 2 weeks into it now?
Right.
I just don't see
Standing
it.
out there throwing a couple of footballs, the guy's jogging around, a little different deal.
Ball game.
Right.
All right, you're watching the Audible here, presented by Aquafina. If you want to go ahead and send your questions in, you're watching us on Periscope, you can send them in via Twitter, just hashtag the Audible. You can see us on a delayed broadcast on the Miami Dolphins Facebook page beginning tomorrow, and always on MiamiDolphins.com. At Oriole Fan 10, we need a huge pass rush. Got to get your arms up because, Joe, Tom Brady back there, that ball is coming out, and it's coming out fast.
Right, I agree. He throws more passes under 20 yards than anybody in football. If you can't get there, I've learned one thing watching Jason Taylor play.
Yeah.
If he doesn't get there, he gets in passing lanes. He's got that big, long body. Put pressure on him, knock him down when you get a chance, but when he's getting ready to get that ball rid of it, read those eyes as quickly as possible, get those big bodies, and put those arms out and get in passing lanes where he can't throw curls, he can't throw quick post patterns and all the passes he's going to throw.
This is a game where if you can get your tackles to get some penetration in the passing game, that can get him to reload a little bit.
Right.
Makes all the difference in the world. But easier said than done about him.
Right.
Joe, speaking of Jason Taylor, I ran into him. I went to get a cup of coffee the other day, ran into JT. By the way, he's looking great. And his Hall of Fame, the Hall of Fame opportunities coming up for him here this year. What do you think his chances are?
I'll tell you what, I have actually been a little surprised, not on the great career he's had, but I've talked to a couple of guys that have votes, I think are going to vote for him.
Yeah.
They think it's going to be real close. Yeah. He's getting in for sure. That was the one thing I heard from 3 different guys that votes. It's just a matter of when. Maybe not this year. Yeah. Which, by the way, he gets in first time around. Wow, that would be impressive.
First ballot.
But Bo, he's getting in. 99 is going to be right on time of getting in at some point into the Hall of Fame with the career he's had. Yep. Something was said to me I thought was pretty interesting. When you talk about pass rushers and defensive folks, they don't look at championships the way they do at the quarterback position. Right. They look more at the stats. And his stats, sacks are sexy, and man, he's got a bunch of them.
It's not only your sacks sexy, touchdowns, interceptions. Guy was always around the football. Football always used to find Jason Taylor.
Defensive player
all
of the
those
year.
things, yeah. I mean, the man of the year. So his resume, there's no question. His resume is certainly that of a Hall of Famer. And like I'm with you. He's going to get in, whether it's this year or not. I'm not sure what that's going to be. But, again, wish him the best of luck. And he looked good when I saw him the other day. At Javi0422, what do you think of Tannehill's progression? I'm biased, but I love him with the great line. Top 10. I think Ryan Tannehill has done one thing this season. Done more than one thing. But I think one thing Ryan Tannehill has done this season, he's taken it out of people's minds that he can't win a big game. I don't have any problem saying, I think, could this Dolphin team win a Super Bowl with Ryan Tannehill? Get to a Super Bowl with Ryan Tannehill? I don't see any reason why not right now.
I think he made big steps
not
this year.
Not what we saw this year, not with what this guy does to make him a better quarterback.
I have people still come up and go, hey, we can't win with Tannehill. I go, look, you can have your own opinion on how you feel about Ryan Tannehill. What I've seen and what I've seen's out there and what's coming up, Ryan Tannehill's the quarterback of the Miami Dolphins going ahead. He threw as good a deep pass this year as anybody in the National Football League, even for you Tannehill haters out there. The guy showed a lot of things. Bowie had some wins late in ball games. He added a lot of things to his resume. And the thing I like is and that makes this whole thing work, Matt Moore accepts his role so well, and yet hey, I'm the starter now. I'm ready to go. We're going to be fine. Yeah. So whether he's starting or backup, the way he lost his job, he could have been angry.
Yeah.
Thought he was going to start it. Ryan Tannehill comes in and goes, hey, we've decided we're not going to be maybe the team we need to be. So we're just going to put Tannehill in there. Even though you're the MVP of the team last year, you're now the backup. Matt Moore accepted it, and he's been a trooper, man. He's been a great teammate.
And look at the importance of having him right now. When Ryan goes down, having Matt Moore there, we've seen it over 2 weeks. And look, I've had questions on here on this program that, hey, with Matt Moore, do we really need Tannehill? Well, yeah, you do. I mean, look, Matt Moore.
See what's going on
I'm not taking anything away from Matt Moore, but you got a younger Ryan Tannehill, more athletic, and you saw him and his ability this year. I think one of the things that's gone unnoticed with Ryan Tannehill, and Adam Gase started working on it the first day of OTAs, mini camps, training camp, and everything. Making him better in the pocket, making him move around the pocket, step up, do different things. Done a great job of that. So I think we've just seen really Ryan Tannehill take that next step forward this year, and I think it's only going to get better. Another Twitter question. Joe and Bo, is the most important thing to do is to hit Brady and rattle him? The only times I've seen Tom Brady play poorly is that when he's gotten hit or he's had to reload and move around the pocket. That's really the only time I've never seen him. That's the only time I've seen him inefficient as a quarterback when that happens to him.
Look back at the last 3 games at home, the last 3 years when the Dolphins have won games. I think that's been one of the keys. They've been able to hit Tom Brady a lot. And then I go back to the Giants as heavy underdogs in the Super Bowl. They hit him a lot in that game.
Well, and I tell you one thing that they did. They were able to get pressure with 4 guys up front. Let the guys cover. I mean, to be able to send 4 guys up there.
You can get there with 4, but I will say this New England Patriots offensive line is really good and playing really well right now, especially pass protection.
Yep, no doubt. At T-Baby Beats, do you think our D-line has made our O-line better this year? Yeah, I think working against guys like Wake and Sue and Andre Branch and Mario Williams and all those guys, Jordan Phillips.
A lot of different style of guys.
A lot of different style. Yeah, I think it makes them better. But I think for that offensive line's probably made our defensive line better working against them too. It just goes hand in hand.
I don't think they go real hard. Not to take anything away over the last few months. I don't think.
Yeah, but you can only practice in pads 14 times during the course of a regular season. So it's not like they're beating each other down and look, it's. I've never thought I'd come, but I've come used to it, Joe. It doesn't bother me anymore. They're not out there banging heads and doing
as long as I see them play well.
Yeah.
And this offensive line's done a really good job, even with Mike Pouncey out.
Everyone's playing under the same rules.
That's right.
All the teams are playing. None are practicing any more than the other ones. None are in pads any more than the other ones. So it's just the way it is. And I got game New Jersey. Bo, are you going to be fired up tomorrow? No, I'm not going to be fired up tomorrow. I'll be fired up on Sunday though. I'll be fired up for the game on Sunday.
You're going to the Orange Bowl and watch Michigan and Florida State tonight. What kind of shape are you going to be in the morning?
Oh, I'll be fine. No, I'm not going to. No. That's a very. I'm not going to be pounding them down, Joe.
Right.
I'm not going to be doing that. Right. I'm just going to go watch the game, let the kids do their drinking, and I'll drive them home. I
like the new Bo.
I'm Double D. I'm the
I like the new Bo.
I'm not Double D lover, but I'm the DD. I'm the designated driver.
Oh man.
You're watching the Audible here, presented by Aquafina. Kim Bokamper, Joe Rose with you. If you're on us on the Periscope, you can go ahead and send your questions in. Just hashtag the Audible on Twitter. You can go ahead and watch the rebroadcast starting tomorrow on the Miami Dolphins Facebook page and always on MiamiDolphins.com. At Javi Swift 305, we should bring back the white handkerchiefs like back in the Orange Bowl, home field pride. Wouldn't mind seeing something like that, Joe.
I like
Pittsburgh's
that.
got the terrible towels. Yeah. I used to love. I remember there was Rick Weaver brought the whole. You remember how that happened? So they were doing a broadcast, doing the radio broadcast. They were trying to figure out how they could figure out if people were listening at the stadium. So Rick Weaver, the first voice of the Miami Dolphins, came up with the thing. Hey, when the Dolphins make a big play, wave a white hanky. So people started bringing hankies. Yeah. And next thing you know, they're all waving white hankies.
All doing it.
It was also they could try to see how many people were watching the game at the stadium. On the radio.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
But I'd love to see that come. I'd love to see something like that. You know what I miss, Joe? You know what I miss about playing in the Orange Bowl? I used to love playing in that building. But you remember those games you'd come out there and people would have bed sheets, everyone would have homemade signs, banners, Oh, I mean, just
And right on
all
top of
around-
you.
Yeah, right around
Right
the whole
on top of
stadium.
you
Yeah.
in the end zone.
Yeah.
In the one end of the end zone.
Yeah.
You literally in the corner there between the tip of it, and you could high five a guy in that 3-foot fence
Yeah, no
there,
doubt.
right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was
great.
great. So
It was
yeah,
good stuff.
and let me tell you what though, this new stadium, Joe, that stadium's loud, man. This stadium,
been
Hard
great.
Rock Stadium,
Been great.
with that canopy on it, and I know they engineered it to keep the sound in.
Of course.
Joe, I've been down in that field sometimes when it has been so loud you can hardly hear yourself think, and it's real. I mean, you can hear it down there, and these fans have been a great. The Dolphin fans this year, Joe, have been a great partner to this football team in helping them win by their enthusiasm and their voice at these games.
I always wonder if fans, because they're so important and give you a home field advantage, especially when the Dolphin defense is on the field and it's 3rd and 8 and you can't hear. Those tackles can't hear. They're out there. How important it is for Cam Wake and Andre Branch, because they're looking at the football. They don't care about it. They're looking at the snap there. It can be a big advantage for a guy, because if the big fellas, those big tackles on the outside are a step slow, boy, you get to quarterback quickly.
And I've heard players say, hey, the teams they're playing against, they've got to, they got to go to the hand signals because they can't bark them out. So they're doing all the things that they need to do. At Kappa for Life 23, do you think Vance Joseph will leave after a year as defensive coordinator? I think Vance Joseph, I think he's back this year. But I think he becomes a hot commodity. I think he's a guy out there that people are looking at. I'm hoping this isn't the year that someone comes down here and tries to pluck him out of this organization.
Well, he's really good at what he does.
He's very good.
I'm counting on him coming back, but I did ask that same question to somebody last night in the organization. I said, hey, we're not going to lose him, man. A lot of nice things are being said about Vance Joseph, whose team's got a zillion takeaways.
Yep.
Run defense hasn't been good at all. Everybody knows that. But, Bo, outstanding on 3rd down, which is really neutralize their problems against the run and all those takeaways.
Yeah, no doubt. And I just can't get past, and I know I've probably said every time we do this show, but, man, just to see the guys that have stepped up, the next man up, defensive backfield, linebackers, and we're talking about defense now. So, I mean, just step up, and not only step up, Joe, but get better the longer they've played.
Right.
No,
I'm with you, Bo. It's pretty clear. I mean, I think everybody can probably guess the 4 or 5 guys. Some of them are injured that won't be back on this team. But there's been some great stories on this football team. As valuable as anybody, I said it earlier, leadership, special teams, and helps out Michael Thomas.
Yeah, no doubt.
I mean, that guy has made himself, when you do the value of the players, he's in the top part of this 53-man roster.
Played his best all-around game last week up in Buffalo too.
Yeah,
you know, so
everything.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and not to mention just a guy you want to have on your team, no question about that. Another Twitter question: man or zone on the Pats, Joe? We're gonna play a little of both. I don't think anyone plays one or the other solely in a game.
His coverage is up. Bump and run off. Try to do it. If they go zone, they'll give a look of a zone. We got to do a better job this time around against the Patriots. If you've got a clamp, Bo, inside, outside coverage on Edelman, you got to be tighter.
Yeah.
You got to be tighter. There was some throws where they had them doubled in that first game, and the guys are too far apart.
Yeah.
Throws made in their step. Get tighter to them.
Yep. Got to. But then that's one thing we talk about all during the beginning. The first 4 or 5 games this season was just. Look, if you're in zone, that guy runs through your zone. You got to be playing man to man.
Right.
You got to lock down on him coming through your zone. So. At 38, Double D Lover, Bo, offensively, do you feel that Miami will deviate significantly Sunday and pass more? Joe, I think they're going to try to run this football, and I think in the fourth quarter they're going to be running the football, and they're going to pound it and try to wear them down. And if they come to the line of scrimmage, they'll do what they've done with Matt Moore. They'll throw the ball downfield and try to take it. I think
it's not going to change. I'm with you, Bo.
It's not going to change. It's going to be
Same
what we've seen.
game plan. It's going to be, in the perfect world, Jay Ajayi, 25-plus carries. Yep. His 2 buddies that are playing with him that are both really good, Kenyon Drake, got to get him somehow some more touches because of his breakaway speed and the plays. And Damian Williams. Look who had all the big plays a week ago. It was those 3 guys.
Those three running backs. Huge, the plays. But then we talked about Damian Williams a long time ago. Seems like when this guy gets in the game, something always happens.
Right.
He always makes something good happen when he gets in the football game. And we talked to him in San Diego. He's happy to play whatever he can play.
Right.
He just wants to be in there playing and be part of his football team and make plays, whether it's special teams, when he's on offense or whatever he's doing out there.
Or one of the things he does that's not sexy to talk about on these shows, but if you got a team that's going to blitz against you a lot, you want Damian Williams back there because of his blocking for the quarterback.
Yep, no doubt. At Koi Vega 13, hey, Joe and Kim, do we retire 99? What do you think is the next number retired in Dolphins history? Well, I don't know about that. I don't know. We got 2 numbers. We got 3 numbers retired, right? 39, 13, and 12.
Right.
The only 3 numbers retired.
Can't shut too many of them down, man. We got football games to play here.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, 99. Again, I know he doesn't have the championships, but his career and what he did put him way, way up there. I'm not into the ranking system that we do from time to time, but.
Yeah, but you know what, Joe? Sometimes, look, I won't. I got nothing bad to say about the way Jason Taylor's career, and I think he deserves every accolade that's come to him, and that may be coming to him down the road via the Hall of Fame and everything. And if the Dolphins retire his number, but you kind of overlook, like a guy like Nick Bonacani, or a guy like that who
No, there's been a lot of guys. It's always a guy the latest guy.
Sure, yeah, no doubt.
And what he does, I just go, how does Jason Taylor look that good and be that? That's not fair, man.
That's not right.
That's not fair.
Bro, I saw him the other day. He's still he's got veins and he's got I'm like, oh, come on, man.
It's just not fair to the man.
Make it easy on the rest of the guys out here,
Damn modeling career or something. Man, he looks.
I'm walking into Starbucks. I'm thinking, hey, maybe there's a couple old ladies in there that'll give me a second look. And then Jason walks in. Why was the invisible man in there?
I can't walk next to the guy. It's terrible. Makes you feel like granddaddy.
Joey Bag of Donuts. Let's bring back Flipper. You don't remember when Flipper was in the end zone.
I didn't catch Flipper, but I heard all the Flipper story. Bo, were you here for that?
I got Flipper in the end zone.
Well, that's got to be weird, man. Playing a football game and Flipper's jumping up and down.
Down in the open end of the Orange Bowl, they had a big swimming pool in there. And whenever the Dolphins scored, Flipper would flip out.
So did Flipper stay there all week? I never heard. Did Flipper live there all football season?
Didn't you watch Ace Ventura: Pet Detective? Didn't you watch that?
No, what happened?
They told you the whole story about Flipper. I got kidnapped. And Danny helped him find him because his ring was missing.
Yeah, but Flipper was there before Marino. That was all made up.
Well, but he was there. But he was there in the show. Come on, get your history down.
I know, but I don't know. Like, you're not sure.
When I first came here, the cheerleaders were 10 years old, and Flipper was in the end zone. That's what I remember.
Wow.
Well, I remember more than that, but I mean, of certain things. Let's continue on. El Chapo Jr., do you think Belichick will have his team play 100% on Sunday? Think about going to Bo's. Any recommendations? Yeah, try the spicy shrimp tacos.
Ooh.
Try the signature wings. And if you like fish dip, smoked fish dip, best in town, bar none.
I've just been doing Bo's Cobb salad.
Well,
I've been doing that.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to give
with extra blue cheese.
Yeah, there you go. I appreciate it, though, El Chapo. But anyway, Belichick's going to have his team.
They're going to play.
They're going to play.
There ain't no half and all that stuff. They're going to play to win.
They want that home field.
They want to mess around and see what's going to happen with Oakland and all that stuff. They want to win this game.
Mm-hmm. Twitter, when will Coach of the Year be voted? I believe next week, Joe. Is next week when they vote for the Coach of the Year?
I'm not sure. I've just been reading all the people and everybody's thoughts on who's got a chance. Obviously, Dallas, Oakland, Miami, coaches that have all done a real good job. I guess Belichick you could put in there just about every year.
I always get these. Call me Debo.
Debo.
I thought the guy on the left was Simon from American Idol. Huh? I have no idea, man. I have no idea. So, Joe, I'm going to turn this thing off right now. We're done. Over. I don't know what that means. I don't know what's going on. All I know is this, Joe. At 9:45 on Sunday morning, you can tune into A Cup of Joe, and you're going to have an answer for this. Call me Debo. Right?
You think that's the Debo we both know?
I think it might be, yeah.
Is that the Debo we both know?
That's the Debo, yeah. That's the Debo we know.
I wish I had Simon's money. You could call me Simon.
I wish I had an eighth of Simon's money.
Right.
You know?
And I can be the same kind of jerk Simon is.
Hell, I wish I had your money. That's going to do it for the Audible tonight. He's Joe Rose. I'm Kim Bokamper. We will see you on Monday. And hopefully, again, it's another Victory Monday. Leon, you did a great job, my friend. Jeff, Trey, Logan, Squatch, all you guys, great job. And I want to wish everybody out there a happy new year. Stay safe, stay happy. We'll see you next year.